This is my Aunt Bonnie and her dog Charlie, and this is her big-time talk show. Who's on the show today, Aunt Bonnie?
Lie to Me's Tim Roth. I web chat with my mom, Alice. From Grey's Anatomy, Kevin McKidd. And comedian Jeff Dunham.
Aunt Bonnie, hair check. Come on, Charlie.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Bonnie.
Looking good. Audience is looking good. Wow. See a lot of pink out there. A lot of pink blouses and pink sweaters. See a lot of pink blouses and pink sweaters out in the audience. Please, thank you very much. That's very, very sweet. And apparently hysterically funny. Exciting day. Gosh, I've seen all the pink sweaters and blouses in the audience. I know that we have members here from the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Volunteers. Yes. Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as we all know, that is the month of October. I'm honored to have you in the audience. Well, as you all know, I'm dating Gerard Butler now. And well, people are writing about it, so I thought I should just say it. So it's very exciting. And we were on the cover of the newspaper in Scotland. I wish I had the actual newspaper. We'll have it maybe tomorrow. But there I know. How exciting is that? Yes? Cute couple. Cute couple. This is where they said, how big are her hips? Oh, come on. Don't feel sorry for me. But I was telling the writers this morning, we were all sitting up in the morning meeting about, dating. And, I've always had kind of a sense of humor, of course, when I'm dating. It's part of the dating ritual for me. And there was this one guy I was dating, and I just thought, girls, I'm telling you, I thought, this is it. And this is after my marriage was over, and I'm kind of dating again. And I thought, maybe, all this heartache and everything you go through, I'm going to really, be happy with this person. But we're dating for a short time, and that's always like the honeymoon period. Everything is perfect, and every adorable thing that's going to drive you crazy in 5 years is, quite cute. But one thing I always do when somebody would leave, after a date or drop me off, when I close the door and there's people out in front when they're leaving, I always say, and stay out, and I slam the door. Okay, it makes me laugh, right? So this guy, I did it a couple times. Not many times. When he'd leave, if there was somebody outside looking or something, I'd say, and stay out. And I'd slam the door, and he'd be like, oh, my God. So one day, I stop at his place, and I'm there for only a couple minutes dropping something off, and I go to leave. And as I walk out, he slams the door, and he slams it. He goes, and keep it shut. And I was like... And then he opened the door again, which of course ruins the joke. But I didn't say anything, and he goes, like you say, and I go, what? And he goes, and keep it shut. And I was like, oh God, it's in stay out, he doesn't get it. And I should have known then. Wasn't gonna work out. Humor is an important way to communicate when you're dating.
Yes.
And I don't mean I'm not like shoving the guy in the arm like a sailor and doing one-liners or anything. I mean, just an appropriate type. You have to have a sense of humor about yourself.
Absolutely, and to get you through the day.
That same guy, though, remember I told you a girl walked by in a rather short dress, and I saw him do this. Just that slight move, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, no, you don't do that.
No, because I was sitting there in a bikini, because that's what I like to wear when I go on a date. I had a lovely matching handbag and a pair of high heels.
Wow, that's some outfit.
Well, it was summer.
It was summer?
Yes, outdoor cafe.
Oh, my goodness. Let's get a few looks, don't you?
Well, I like my belly ring to show.
Really?
Yeah, I have a navel ring. I have my navel pierced.
Oh, I didn't know
Gerard
that.
loves it. Loves it. We've been talking to you guys about... We've been talking to you guys about Ralph Lauren's ads with the skinny mini ladies in them, where they're, look at that. Okay, that's ridiculous. We were the first ones to show it, I think, on the air, because Leif found it, one of
Yeah,
our
he did.
writer's assistants, and he said, look at her head's bigger than her torso. And we were like, oh my goodness, this has to be Photoshopped. He Photoshops everything, Ralph Lauren, because we found a picture of him, well, before he's Photoshopped, and this is authentically... Yeah, leave it up there. Leave it up there, because I think it's important to show him, because we have not touched or altered that photograph at all.
Right.
No.
No.
That's him relaxing, and yes, that's the guy who I was on the date with. Oh, the Backstreet Boys are coming on. That's going to be exciting. Everybody loves them. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk to them. They're going to sing. That should be very fun. What else? Oh, our scary movie contest, our $15 scary movie contest. You know, Steven Spielberg bought a film that was made for a budget of $15,000. And Don and Leif and I, we made a movie here for $15, a scary movie, which we showed you guys. So we've been getting people entering our movie contest where you'll win $1,000 in new video equipment. So this young man, Justin, his mom, Anita Quinn, sent it in for her son. This is a clip from his scary movie that we're considering. Here he is making this movie all on his own.
Oh man, I'm lost. Better call my mom. Get in there! Why is a dog out here? Dressed like a witch.
I know, and it goes on. It's adorable. You guys, get your kids involved. Get your kids involved and make a scary movie for under $15. It's just under 3 minutes long, and submit it to BonnieHunt.com, because we are having so much fun watching these movies.
Yeah, they are fun.
Well, it's so creative.
Yeah.
That little boy, oh my gosh. Well, you know, he's a contender.
He is.
Jason, you're a contender. Oh, the other day I was telling you guys how frustrated I got when I was watching this news report on CNN about the skunk whisperer. Remember, the skunk had a jar of peanut butter stuck on his head, and this guy, Ned Bruja, the skunk whisperer, was there to help the skunk, but he did this whole interview while the skunk was behind him with the jar of peanut butter on his head, and I was yelling at the TV, oh my gosh, do the interview after you get the peanut butter jar off his head.
Right.
He's on the phone, wants to talk to me.
He does.
Yes.
Good.
All right. Am I here for talking to Ned? Okay. Is Ned there?
Yes.
Is he? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Ned, I know. Honey, I was yelling at the TV. I was like, why are you doing the interview with the peanut butter jar still on his head?
Now you can understand how frustrated I feel every day when I go out and do my job. My hands were tied. In the state of Oklahoma, we had two choices with that skunk. One, we could have killed it. Two, we could have relocated it. Or three, I could have sat on the phone, waited for special permission from the state of Oklahoma to just simply remove that peanut butter jar. Now, if I had gone there and just pulled it off as I wanted to, you wanted to, and that's why you were frustrated,
Right.
I wouldn't be able to operate in the state of Oklahoma. We are a no trap, no kill wildlife management company.
Well, but even if the animal is trapped, like he was trapped in a jar of peanut butter, you guys are not allowed to emergency take the jar off without permission. Is that correct?
We could take it off without permission, but then I would have to legally, one, kill it, or two, relocate it.
Why
what I had to do was wait until 8 o'clock rolled around when the state came in and was able to give me verbal permission, special permission, to allow this guy to go running down the street.
I'm sorry, if I were in the backyard and I saw a skunk with a jar on its head, I couldn't go and help it without the state's permission? And if I were in Oklahoma?
That is correct, ma'am.
Well, is there any way you can help change the law? Maybe that if it's an emergency situation, the animal's in distress, that their life is a priority and their comfort is a priority over the...
Ma'am, I can't tell you how glad I am you asked that. That is the mission of our company.
Yes, I understand. So we're in agreement, and I know that you were trying to do your best, and maybe you and your company can get that law changed so when an animal is distressed that the rules don't apply in that situation. Thanks for calling. Thanks for being on the show with us. Ned. I appreciate it. Okay. Oh, well, I think he feels badly, you know, because I was giving him a hard time. I didn't know it wasn't his fault. Thought he's like doing an interview on TV, and the skunk was behind him with the jar in its head. Anyway. Yeah. All right, so it's getting colder out there, and I told you it's a Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as you already know, because you've been watching the show. To help everybody warm up in our audience, you're going home with a pink nap comfy. Yep, it's from Brookstone. And Brookstone is dedicating 10% of the sales from each of the nap comfies, Ultra Plush Blanket with sleeves in pink, to Breast Cancer Network of Strength. So that's very, very nice. I'm worn out. Okay. Oh, I'm going to show Bowling Girl, because we'll take out other stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we found this clip. We have this clip of this little girl bowling, and I just love to show it because I got such a kick out of her at the very end when she feels a sense of accomplishment. McKidd from Grey's Anatomy is here. Comedian Jeff Dunham, and we're right back with Tim Roth. Great actor.
Next, Tim Roth, the accidental actor.
As a joke, we went to audition for a play. It was a musical of Dracula called Dracula Spectacular. It was anything but spectacular.
Made a name for himself in movies including Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, and The Incredible Hulk. He currently stars in the Fox series Lie to Me. Please welcome the fantastically talented Tim Roth.
There's nothing tricky in that, right?
No, nothing tricky. Just pure, straight,
all right.
100% vodka.
Nice. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, darling.
So nice to meet you, finally.
I know. Hello.
Hello.
I like your space.
Thank you.
This is rather nice.
It's very nice,
really.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's breasts.
That's okay. How's it going? You're on this great show.
Yeah.
Lie to me.
Thank you. Thanks. It's odd. It's like it was the first season. We're in our second season now. And the first season was very, very difficult. A very odd transition from film to television.
Mm-hmm. It's a whole different life.
It's a really different world. But then I think we're finding our feet this season. I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the fast pace and the long hours and the hard work.
Do you pick up on the qualities that the character has to have for his job, where he has to read people? Because that I would.
I tell my kids that they're not going to watch.
No.
I tell my kids that I do.
We have them in the back with jars of peanut butter on their head.
Oh, they'll be all right. They'll be busy then. No, I tell them that I do, ish, but I don't. I mean, I try not to learn it because it's quite disturbing. I wouldn't want to know if people were lying to me. You know, I just wouldn't want to.
You're gonna pick it up though, Tim.
Yeah,
it's gonna end up becoming a part of you, because it's like if you play a doctor or something, you pick up some of the stuff and you start to notice things.
Yeah, if I was playing a surgeon, I'd probably be doing surgery by now.
All right. Okay, you've made your point.
No, but you do. It's true. It's true. You really do. Then you start to get a bit cocky. You think, oh, I know. He's lying, and you get it completely wrong. I tend to be, of the cast members, the worst at it.
Oh, the worst at reading people.
You know, the others have studied it more and they've done their homework and they're much better. I'm the worst. I'm the one that's supposed to be the know-it-all and I have no idea.
Did you always want to be an actor as a kid? Was it like something grow up in your house that was a possibility?
It wasn't. My dad was a journalist, actually. He got fired from every newspaper in England.
Come on, he did that. Why was he? He was
a bit of a troublemaker, you know.
Oh
yeah. And my mother was a school teacher. She worked in a public school in Britain, what we would call secondary school. She was a public school teacher, and I never really had the acting thing in the house. Actually, I think my grandfather was in a couple of movies in America when he was a young man, but that was about it.
And so
he was a stuntman, you know, was falling off of horses, you know, and stuff like that.
Was there some point, though, in your life where you got in a school play, or what? How did you end up doing this? I mean, this is...
Well, I did it as a joke. I thought it was me and a mate. It's true. Me and a friend of mine, we were probably the kids that got most beaten up at school. Just obnoxious children. And when I say children, 16-year-olds, you know.
But you weren't obnoxious, the other kids
I was
were.
obnoxious,
Oh,
and my friend, but we thought we were wonderful. And as a joke, we went to audition for a play, thinking that would be hilarious to sort of, you know, mess up the auditions or whatever. And it backfired, and I had to play. It was a musical of Dracula called Dracula Spectacular. It was anything but spectacular. But you know, and actually I went out on stage first as the curtain went aside in front of all the school bullies, and I actually peed myself. I was that scared. But
in front of all the kids from school?
So I knew I was going to get beaten up later. And I did. But at the same time, while I was peeing myself, I got bitten by the acting bug. You see? And, yeah. It's absolutely true.
Unusual.
And here I sit.
And I don't think anybody else is going to want to sit there after you.
No, you're safe.
Tell me how you met Quentin Tarantino, and then what was it like working with him?
Well, I met him just the sort of normal way you go about things. And my agent was sent the script, and I thought it was fantastic when I read for Reservoir Dogs, and you know, and so I thought it was absolutely wonderful. And then I went to meet him, and I had a rule that I wouldn't audition in the because I'm really bad.
Yeah, you know what? Don't you find that some really wonderful actors just are not good at auditioning?
I can't do it. I'm awful. So then I met him, and he was persistent with me, and I said no, I wouldn't do it. And Harvey Keitel was there. I said I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that reading thing. And then we moved down the road to the deli down the road, and then we had a sandwich, and they came down and they pestered me. I said, no, I'm not going to read, I'm not going to read. And then we went to the 7-Eleven and bought some beer.
You, Harvey Keitel, and Quentin Tarantino.
By that time, we ditched Harvey, and we were on a mission. And
you guys go to 7-Eleven, get some beers.
Beer, went back to my apartment. By the end of the night, I read every character about 5 times. and that's the last time I read. And working with him is bliss, really. I mean, it's tough, you know. But if you've ever seen an interview with Quentin, he's that, you know. He's bonkers, but in a most sort of eccentric.
He's very excited.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, very enthusiastic.
And so you hit the ground running, and you don't. And then by the time you stop running, it's over, you know.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
Thanks so much for being here today.
Pleasure.
You guys can see Tim on Lie to Me Monday nights on Fox. We'll be right back.
Coming up, Bonnie chats with her mom and Ask Alice.
Should I tell him the truth?
Well, as they say, if he hasn't asked, you don't say anything.
It's important to have that person to share your life with.
Wait a minute, are you hinting at something with me?
Talk that's straight from the heart. The Bonnie Hunt Show.
Just ask Alice, she's got all the answers. Just ask Alice, she's got stuff to say.
Fantastic.
It hardly cost me 35 cents for my Halloween costume.
Mom, you can't get a bucket for 35 cents these days.
Or there's no beer in it, but never mind. Remember years ago, of course, you don't remember those days, but when I was growing up, we used to have a corner tavern, they used to call it. And actually, the kids were allowed to go and fill up the bucket for their dads with beer and bring it back. Believe it or not, it would come from a big keg. I don't know what they would call that, but...
So would your dad order a couple buckets of beer?
Yeah, he would just send us to the corner. He said, get a bucket of beer. We're having company. And it would have a lid, and it looked very similar to this, actually.
Oh, that's
Believe
fun.
it or not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good memories, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What did you think, Mom?
That's great.
Saw that thing over your head. I thought of that silver balloon up in the air. What did you think of that whole thing with the family, with the saying the boy was up in the balloon and everything?
I don't know. I think the father did more things to please himself than he did for his family.
Very nice. I agree. Yeah, that happens. And I know that in the paper recently, I thought of you, Mom, because you had so many children. There was a 19-pound baby born. What would you say to that, Mom? Any advice?
Don't do any heavy lifting.
Mom, could you imagine?
No, thank you. I wouldn't want to even think about that. Do you have some questions for me?
Yes, I do. Uh-oh, she's like, move it along.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All righty, go ahead.
All right, Mom, our first letter comes from Mary Morgan, Fort Madison, Iowa. She asks, who painted the picture on the wall behind you? My grandfather was a painter, and it looks like it could be one of his.
Well, actually, your brother Kevin, who now is a doctor in internal medicine, and that was the first picture he ever painted, and he gave it to me, and I just treasure it so much.
So it's not our viewer's grandfather's painting?
No,
no, I know that's Kevin's.
Painted by my son. I know that for a fact. If he needs to have it proven, we could do that, I'm sure.
Okay, your next letter, Mom. Stacy of Valencia, California writes, Dear Alice, I am not a virgin, but my fiance thinks I am. Should I tell him the truth?
Well, as they say, if he hasn't asked, you don't say anything.
Okay, Brenda of Royal Oak, Michigan writes, I'm about to turn 16, Alice, and I want a huge, really cool party. My friends have all had great parties at 16 that cost lots of money, but my parents don't have that kind of money. I'm embarrassed. What should I do? What should you do?
A party doesn't have to cost a lot of money. If you have nice friends, invite them over. You can even make, I hate to say it, but even peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, sloppy joes, perhaps a nice Jell-O mold, and some... We always had so much fun, and I don't recall that it cost a lot of money.
Well, that's because you had 3 buckets of beer before we started. Jeez. Okay, Mom, do you have a joke for us today, Mom?
Yes, I do, as a matter of fact. What is Dracula's least favorite song?
I don't know. What is Dracula's least favorite song?
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine.
Okay. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom. We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Ahead, from Grey's Anatomy, Scottish hunk Kevin McKidd.
Where I'm from in Scotland, it's the main export is fish and whiskey. And
I knew I found you attractive. Plays a doctor who's smart, good-looking, and goes by the last name of Hunt. He's playing my brother Kevin, isn't it? Yeah, the painter. Here he is in a dramatic sneak peek of tonight's episode of Grey's Anatomy. This is great.
We were slammed with a mass casualty, a hotel fire, a half-dozen burn victims, a penetrating chest wound, a firefighter with multiple traumas.
What doctors were working?
Yang, Gray, Karev, Adamson, that big kid whose name I don't know, Kepner, Avery, and Torres.
And who was on the patient in question, the one who died?
Everyone. Everyone was everywhere.
Please welcome Kevin McKidd. Here. Come in for some sloppy joes.
Some sloppy joe?
My mother for the 16-year-old party.
Your mom's awesome. awesome.
Oh, she's
fantastic. I speak to my mom all the time on the web phone thing,
oh,
too.
isn't that fun?
So I know I got a bigger delay than you have because my mom's in Scotland, so.
Yeah, that must be, you know, your mom's all the way over there. Do you miss her?
I really do, you know.
I bet.
mean, there's times when I'm, you know, you just want to just get a little bit of mum time and have like chicken soup made by your mum or broth, as we, you know, Scottish broth. But it's a little bit far to get back for that, you know.
Yeah, I love Scotland.
Yeah, it's a great state.
It reminds me of Chicago.
Really?
Yes, it does. The people are just, they're really welcoming and comforting.
Really? Right.
And you know I'm dating Gerard Butler, right?
Oh, you are?
Yes.
I haven't met Gerard yet.
Oh, you haven't? He was just on the show the other day.
Oh, you're his new thing?
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
New and permanent. Oh, there we are. Very sweet. Totally fried, both of us. Yes. So did you grow up wanting to be an actor? I was asking Tim Roth that. I always, you know, I'm always fascinated by that because when I was a kid, it just never seemed like it could really happen.
You know, I always wanted to be an actor, and I went through a stage when I was a kid. I was in the local youth theatre, you know, and then when I hit my teens, I decided that wasn't for me. I was going to be a rock star, and then so I joined the band. We made a band.
Well, yeah, the band. When you're a guy, that's a way to meet girls.
We did really bad Hendrix and Pink Floyd covers.
Oh, great!
But we toured the north of Scotland because in the north.
You guys were really working then.
Yeah, we actually had a tour bus because in Scotland, where we're from, I come from the Highlands of Scotland, and people give up the rat race and you know the kind of the hippie mentality, and they go and live in the deep dark regions of Scotland where I'm from. So we had all these kind of people who wanted to hear that kind of music, and we thought we were doing pretty well. And then we started to write our own music, and then we actually got booed. One of our own songs got actually.
One of the original numbers.
Yeah. So then we knew that was done. So I went back to acting then. Yeah.
You know Nick Pike, our very own Nick Pike.
Hey, Kev, I'm back here somewhere.
Hey, Nick, how are you?
Good, man.
I'll see you at Carpool tomorrow.
Okay.
Our kids go to the same school.
Oh, and aren't your kids in the play? Aren't they in the upcoming play? They both have leads.
They do.
And Nick was telling me.
They're really excited. My son, Joseph, is playing Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory.
Wow.
And my daughter, yeah, thanks. And he's really nervous. And my daughter, Iona, is playing, she's actually Charlie. So she's got a big transformation.
So are they, like, you know, the productions of plays are really something in schools now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really a big deal. Are you nervous for them? That must be so exciting.
Well, I'm helping him with his lines, because he has a lot of lines. He has more lines than she does because she's 7 and he's 9. So I'm helping him with his line. And there was the other day I was helping him with his lines, and I had this big scene to do on Grey's Anatomy with Christina, who's my girlfriend, and we have a big fight scene about a medical procedure that we shouldn't be doing, and the thoracotomy procedure that we shouldn't have done, and it's a big chunky dialogue scene. And Joseph's like, "Do you want me to help with yours?"
Oh, that is
okay. And he read it, and he started to read it, and we read it over and over, and I got the lines, and I said, "Do you want to stand up and do it, Joseph? Like you really mean it? Like you're really acting the scene?" And he went, "Yeah, all right, Daddy." And he gets up and does his American accent, and he was great. He's a good actor, and he managed to say the word thoracotomy, so I was very proud.
Wow. Well, that must be pretty neat, father and son, and he must really get a sense of what you do every day.
Yeah. No, he's a great kid. I'm very proud.
Gosh, I wonder if that's what he'll do.
I don't know. I think he wants to be a drummer. He's actually a really great drummer. He's got his own drum kit. We have a drum kit set up for him in the garage, and I play guitar, and we kind of rock out. I'm getting back to my band days with my son.
Oh, that's excellent. You've been married 10 years, right?
10 years, yeah.
That's nice. And before you got into playing the band and acting, did you have any other jobs? Did you ever do like the old, you know, working as a waiter? And...
I didn't work. I worked in bars. I worked in a distillery because where I'm from in Scotland, it's the main export is fish and whiskey. And
I knew I found you attractive.
and so I used to build distilleries, and we used to refurbish.
That's real work.
Yeah, it was really tough, and we drank a lot of whiskey. We had a lot of overtime, and the big perk was we got free whiskey every lunchtime, and just before we got
lunchtime.
Yeah, at lunch, and then just before you get back in the van to drive through these windy mountainous roads, and so it's kind of dangerous too, but it was a good job.
Yeah, but do you ever talk to any of the guys from there?
I don't anymore. I actually also had a job in Edinburgh. I don't know if anybody's been to Scotland. Have you been to Edinburgh?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a beautiful city.
It's so beautiful.
And there's a lot of history and a lot of very dark, macabre, it's kind of apt because it's Halloween, macabre history in Scotland, in Edinburgh. And I, to pay my way through drama school, I used to be what they call a jumper outer. There was a tour that went around Edinburgh.
Oh, that's right, where they go like to the ghost towns.
And they scared, you know, they
and
scared.
And you acted, you played one of the ghosts.
I was one of the guys who had to hide in the alleyways with my costumes and jump out.
Oh, I would love that job.
People. That was a great job.
No, I would. It's fun to scare somebody. And that's
it's great. I mean, I'm amazed how in Scotland the kids go out and they go around the houses and they ring doorbells and do all that trick-or-treating, but the adults don't get dressed up, and all the adults get dressed up in America. It's fantastic and it's much more fun. And we went to Toluca Lake last year, and down that area it's like Disneyland.
Crazy,
it's
yeah.
amazing. And Justin Chambers, one of the actors on Grey's, threw a big Halloween party this Saturday. Me and my wife decided that we're trying to find a costume, and eventually we went to a vintage clothes shop and we found these amazing vintage 1970s, you know, the disco dance.
Is that you?
And that's me.
No way.
With my gear on. And I had 70s platforms this high.
Oh, excellent.
We danced all night, and then the next day I woke up and I was like, what's happened to my back? You know,
What's the swinging John Travolta shoes?
So yeah.
Hey, do you give us any scoop? What's going to happen on Grey's Anatomy? Just tell us the outcome of everything.
Oh, the whole show? They're gonna save some aren't gonna make it. Lives, I mean. No, it's getting really interesting in the season. It's a very.
Are you gonna stay with the same love interest?
I don't know. I mean, these things are tough for Christina and Owen right now.
Right.
Owen's misreading her a lot, and I think they'll get there. I think they'll be together, but I think it's a really tough road, and there's going to be a big test for them this season. So it's going to be interesting.
Exciting. Well, it's so nice to meet you. You're so great on the show.
Thank you.
Everybody, yeah, we love you on that. Yeah. You're very charming. Were you going to say something? Yeah, we're done. Was it good?
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
You guys can see Kevin on Grey's Anatomy Thursday nights on ABC. We'll be right back. Nice talk.
Up next, Bonnie joins the act when Jeff Dunham and Walter stop by.
That was good. You should sit on Jeff's other knee. That was hilarious.
This is the best show ever. Wow. Talk that's straight from the heart. The Bonnie Hunt Show.
Next guest, the most popular comedian in the United States, and his work has gotten a staggering 350 million hits on YouTube. Here's a look at Jeff with his buddy Peanut, who's looking for love in Hollywood and meeting with a matchmaker. Please, there you go. Take a look.
So who are you looking for?
Someone that's hot and frickin' famous.
Okay, so hot and frickin' famous.
Hot.
Well, who are you thinking of?
The Olsen twins.
Huh?
They're my size.
They're little.
They're little. They kind of look like me, too. Look.
You'd make a good trio.
Awesome.
Please welcome Jeff Dunham. It's interesting to meet somebody in my age group who's a ventriloquist.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. You know, I learned backstage is that you and I apparently were on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson the same year for the first time, 1990, right? Isn't that you?
That's right.
Yeah,
that was my first time.
And I see your pictures all over the place of Carson. And did you know that Carson was a magician, but he was also a ventriloquist when he was very young? Did you know that?
No, but I knew that Johnny loved magic.
Oh, yeah.
That
well,
was a big...
he hid the ventriloquist part. I guess it was embarrassing.
Oh, wow. But he had a great respect for it, obviously.
Sure, yeah.
Because you had great experiences.
Yeah, I was on the show with him a bunch of times. It was really
Wasn't he just the greatest ever?
He was. He was a great guy. What an interviewer and what a charming man. And it was, yeah.
Yeah. I'm so fortunate to have been on that show with him. Did you always want to be a ventriloquist? I mean, when we were kids, we did see them, but I mean, growing up, was it? No, I mean, it's a unique.
Did you see that when he was in the alley? It was kind of scary. Did you see the ventriloquist? Yeah, no.
Well, no, I was asking the other guys about, I thought acting wasn't really a possibility you could do for a living. I was talking to Tim and...
No, I started when I was in the 3rd grade. I got my little dummy for Christmas one year, and I just trained myself, and I started doing shows in, book reports and Cub Scout banquets and church shows.
Oh, book reports with the... Oh, wow.
It was an automatic A. It was very easy.
Yeah.
But my first show, I remember in the 3rd grade, I did, like maybe a minute on the book, and then 9 minutes I picked on my classmates and teachers and stuff. So it was my secret little weapon. I could pick on the coaches, the teachers, the school lady, lunch lady, food, everything, and I could get away with it. So I just kept doing it and doing it, and there was no reason to stop.
That's actually great advice for kids, whether they're getting a book report or something ready for school. I know, I tell my nieces and nephews, just, be entertaining.
I thought you were going to say, if you want to say bad things about your teachers, get a doll.
Well, it's one way to not have to take all the responsibility, right?
That's true.
Because it is magical when people are, really good at it like you are. There is another personality there.
Oh, yeah. And that's the one thing when people come to the live show is that, my goal is to make everyone walk away thinking, boy, those guys were funny, and, I won the game if that happens.
Yeah, yeah. And we saw you in the clip with Peanut.
Right.
But who did you bring today with you?
Well, Walter happens to be here, and, yeah. All right.
So this is
Oh, my Lord, where the heck are we now?
You know Bonnie Hunt?
Oh, good to see you, Bonnie. Thanks for having me on your show here. This is fantastic.
Well,
thanks a lot.
It's exciting to meet you, Walter.
Yeah, I love you and Cheaper by the Dozen. That was great.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I did.
So that's how you first knew about Bonnie?
Yeah, that's when I started paying attention. I love that movie. There's nothing funnier to me than parents who forgot to take birth control. It was fantastic.
Yes, we forgot.
Yes,
You're right.
exactly. You forgot to. You know what else I want to say, Bonnie?
What?
I got to tell you, I had no idea. Your mother is hot.
Oh, wow. Alice is your type, huh?
Yeah.
She's your type.
I think it's destiny that I came to this show. I want to meet her sometime. Can I do that?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I think
good.
that she'd be thrilled. I mean, it would be so exciting for her to have. And she loves sports like you do. You like sports, don't you, Walt?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. The playoffs have started there in baseball, haven't it? Which means one thing. You know what that is?
No.
It's football season. Yeah. You know what I've noticed, Lonnie, during the baseball games? All they show is Cialis and Viagra commercials. Have you seen that?
Yes, it's interesting. Batter up, as they say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. That was good. You should sit on Jeff's other knee. That was hilarious. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to touch that one.
Yeah, well. Anyway, that's what she said. Anyway, what I was going to say was, I guess it shows that baseball just isn't exciting, but you beat me to a funnier joke. Thank you.
Oh, I did? I'm sorry.
No, that's good. Fine.
I'm sorry, Walter.
I want to meet your mother now.
Oh, well, I'll make sure. But, Walter, I know I was talking to Jeff earlier, and he said that maybe you'd be nice enough to answer some questions from our audience.
Oh, you want to do that?
Oh, yeah, the questions from the crowd? Oh, that's good.
Sure, let's do it.
So, when we come back, we'll talk more with Jeff and with Walter, so stay tuned.
Still ahead, Walter's words of wisdom.
I'm not really a romantic guy. I was wondering if you had any ideas for me to help sweep her off her feet.
Aww.
Nope.
We're back with Jeff Dunham and his pal Walter. Walter's going to take some questions from our audience. You can just shout it out. Who's...
Oh, hi.
Bless you.
Hi. Your blouse fell off of one shoulder. Did you see that?
Oh, thank you.
Okay, there. Yeah, thanks. I saved you on that one.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Hi, I'm Autumn.
Hi, Autumn.
Hi, I'm from Jersey.
No one cares.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay, I care.
So back in the day, it was all about Bogey and Bacall. And nowadays, it's about Spencer and Heidi. Just how far has Hollywood sunk? Hello.
Oh, you haven't seen the bottom yet. Next season, it's going to get hot. It's going to be Walter and Alice.
Hi, Walter. I'm Matt.
Hi, Matt. Good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
So I just started dating this girl 2 weeks ago, and I'm not really a romantic guy. I was wondering if you had any ideas for me to help sweep her off her feet.
Aww.
Nope. Well, I gotta tell you, you've never been married?
No.
Never been married.
No.
Yeah, well, you know what they say, Bonnie. You know when you say till death do us part?
Yes.
Later, you realize you're actually setting a goal.
God. Oh, she'll be lucky to have your attention. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, I think we have a question right there.
One more.
Hi, Walter. I'm Darcella.
Oh, Darcella, nice to meet you as well.
Nice to meet you, too. So, older men have always dated younger women. Now that older women are dating younger men, do you think there's a double standard for cougars?
You know, if the younger guy wants to come along and take my wife, I'll say, run, keep her. Yeah. I have no problem with that. I'll pay the guy, for God's sake. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, are you thinking of going out with the younger guy, Darcella?
Well, that may already be happening.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. Does he have a job, or has he graduated from high school yet?
I take care of him.
Oh, good. Well, you know, it does go the other direction, so we can't have that double standard, can we, Bonnie?
No, we can't.
You ever gone out with a much younger guy?
No, not yet.
Oh, well.
You know I'm dating Gerard Butler.
Oh, well.
He's a little younger than I am.
Oh, well, la-di-da.
It's just funny to see Walter say la-di-da.
Yeah. Does he still look like he did in that 300 movie?
Yes, he does, from the neck down.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, well, good for you. That's great, yeah.
Can you just say la-di-da one more time, Walter?
Oh, well, la-di-freaking-da.
You guys, you can watch Jeff and his friends in their new series, The Jeff Dunham Show, premiering tonight at 9 p.m. on Comedy Central. We'll be right back.
Before the treatment, talk that's straight from the heart. The Bonnie Hunt Show.
Thanks for watching, everyone. As you know, every day we like to leave you with a feel-good moment. Here's today's, and we'll see you tomorrow.
A Bob and Elle's production.